What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video has been a long time coming. We're going to be discussing Bankroll. We're going to go over what Bankroll is, what unit size is, how to stay profitable in sports betting, what types of bets you should make, and then I have a Q&A at the end of the video that was questions asked directly to me from you guys about Bankroll. A lot of really good questions that I honestly didn't even incorporate into the video until I saw these questions, so I highly recommend you guys stick around to the end for those questions. But let's go ahead and jump into this, guys. Alright guys, now before we jump into the meat and potatoes of this video, I kind of wanted to do a little introduction of myself for the new viewers. So my name is Ryan, I'm the owner of Fantasy Aces. I've been posting plays on YouTube for about 2.5 years now, and I've been sports betting for a long time, a whole lot longer. I don't know the exact number on that, but probably close to 10 years now. I do have up on the screen last month's profit. I'm going to try to be a little bit more transparent with you guys in terms of profitability. Now, this was last month. We're starting the year 2025. I'm going to try to show my Pickett every single month. Last month, according to Pickett, I profited $2,610. Now, this does not include Bovada. This does not include my money lines. I play a lot of money lines on Bovada right now just because a lot of these other sports books I haven't really been liking as much. But anyway, Bovada, I profited probably over $1,100. So overall, around $3,700 last month. Now, that's not an amazing month. It's not a bad month at all. Anything profitable in sports betting, you have to consider a good month. Now, also remember, this is gambling, guys. You are gambling. Anything can happen in gambling, and everything I say in this video is opinionated. It is my opinion, and everything is up to discretion. You may disagree or agree with me on any of these topics. But that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first topic of today. So the first topic is going to be betting identity. Now, this is a term that I come up with myself. It's not something I've seen anybody else talk about, so I really wanted to go over this. And this question is what you need to ask yourself is, why am I sports betting? Are you trying to make this a side hustle? Are you trying to get rich quick? You're trying to do slow, consistent wins. Like, how are you wanting to do this? I like slow, consistent wins. If you join Fantasy Aces, you're not coming in there to try to play plus 30,000 odd parlays on FanDuel to win $100,000 off of 50. So that's not what I do. It's not going to happen. I'm not trying to do a little scratch off ticket to win 50 grand. I'm trying to make smart, consistent bets day by day to be profitable. So you need to figure out why you're doing that. Are you doing this for a side hustle as a business? Are you doing this because you want to sell your own plays? Are you doing this to just for fun? If you're doing this for fun, man, it's totally up to you. You do not have to play a unit size. You don't have to have a bankroll management if you're doing it for fun. But remember, anything that you put into this, you can lose. So anything that you are betting, you need to have in your mind, if I lost this money today, it is not going to hurt me because anything can happen. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Sports books want you to make stupid bets. They want you to come in there. They want you to make plus 50,000 odds because the odds are in their favor. More than likely, you are going to lose everything you put in on a plus 50,000, plus 10,000 odds bet. And they want you to do that. They want to make more money. And that's why you see that pushed so much on platforms. So I just wanted to get that out there. Learn your betting identity. Figure out why you're doing this, and then make smart decisions based off of what your answer is. All right, guys, so jumping into topic number 2 of the day, we're going to talk about what is your bankroll and what is a unit. So your bankroll is the total amount of funds that you have across all platforms. So if you have $1,000 on 5 different platforms, your bankroll is going to be $5,000. Now, this could work in several different ways. If you have $4,500 on one platform and $5 on another, then your bankroll is going to be a little bit different. But for the most part, I play the same unit on every platform. If I have 5,000 on one platform and 1,000 on another, I'm still going to do the same unit size on both of those. So digging in a little deeper on that, if I have 5,000 on Prize Picks and 1,000 on Chalkboard, my unit size on Chalkboard will be the same unit size that I would have on Prize Picks. And that's just the way that I do things. You don't have to do it that way. You can break it up and do separate bankrolls for separate platforms, but I personally just go with the total number, and that's how I determine my bankroll. Now, what is your unit? A unit is the amount that you play on every single slip. This can be a set number or it can be percentage based. If it's percentage based, I usually say 5%. You take 5% of your bankroll and you play that amount on every single slip. and you will have a unit. My personal unit size is 75 bucks to 150 bucks, and that really just depends on the platform that I'm using and if I'm playing on a discount. Because if I'm playing on a discount, I'll usually max it out, and some platforms allow me to play $100 on discount, so I might do $100 there, and then a regular unit size might be 75 bucks. But 75 bucks for the most part is what I play on 99% of the slips that I post, and you can see in my Discord server, every single slip that I posted over the last like 10 days has been straight up $75 slips. Now, this number can change. I do play 2-unit plays. A 2-unit play would be 150 bucks for me for the most part. So every once in a while, you'll see me post a 2-unit play on like Chalkboard or something because the discounted line is so good. So my recommendation, don't go over more than 1 unit on a play, but you can also, like I said, this is up to discretion, guys. You can play around with this a little bit, but to stay profitable long term, nuking plays is not a good idea. That term gets through out a lot. A nuke would be you play like 10 times what you normally would on a slip on another slip because you love it. But if you miss a nuke, that shit hurts, man. You do not want to lose 10 units on one play, because if you miss that one play and then cash everything else, you could have a break-even day just because you decided to nuke a play. So once again, my bankroll, I try to keep about $1,000 across every platform. $1,000 to $1,500, and then I'll play 75 bucks on every single slip, which is if you keep 1,500 bucks is right at 5%. So that's what I shoot for. You don't have to do the same thing if your bankroll is not that high. If you have $100 on Prize Picks, your slips could be $5, and I do know that some platforms don't let you play less than a certain amount. So if you can't play less than $5 and you just want to play that minimum amount, you can, but don't get too crazy, guys. Don't put your entire bankroll on one day, because one losing day could make you have to redeposit. And like I said, this is something that you have to put in what you're willing to lose. So remember that. So how do I manage my bankroll and when do I withdraw? So I keep, like I said, around 1,500 bucks in every single platform, 1,000 to 1,500, just depending. I withdraw usually at the end of the month, or the start of the new month. So like in February, on February 1st, I'll usually withdraw a certain amount out of every platform. Like I said, if I have 2,500 bucks on Prize Picks and I want to keep $1,000 in there, I'll just withdraw the extra 1,500. Some people like to scale up, so they want to play more on, they want to increase their unit size based off their bankroll, and you are more than welcome to do that. This is totally up to user discretion. I don't care to play to make 20K a month off of sports betting because it's a gamble. I'd rather keep the 4 to 5K consistent, keep it there, and not risk losing it all, because you could go up on your unit size, go up to say $150 a slip instead of 75, and then go on a massive lose streak, and you just lost every bit of your bankroll just because instead of withdrawing that $2,000. But totally up to discretion. Do what you want with that. I usually withdraw at the end of the month. If I'm making a purchase, like I bought a laptop the other day, I wanted it to be funded by my Chalkboard, so I withdrew $2,000 out of Chalkboard, bought a new computer, and that's just the way I did it. That way it didn't come directly out of my bank account. But you can do it however you want, guys. Like I said, just be wary over what you're doing. Make sure you stay consistent on these things, and you can be profitable long term. Topic number 3, we're going to say, what types of bets should you play? Should you be doing straight bets? Should you be doing 2-man parlays? Should you do 6-man parlays? Should you do 20 legs? This is totally up to you. You figured out your betting identity. If you want slow, consistent profit, I personally recommend doing anything 4-mans and under. I do not want to recommend going higher than 4-mans. Some people disagree with that. Some people say the math is behind a 6-man slip. I personally don't have success with that. So you have to think of this. If you play a 6-man on Prize Picks for 25x, if you hit one of every 25 slips, you break even. So if you can hit more than one 6-man out of every 25 slips, you can profit a lot. The odds of that are slim. Your odds are very slim to hit a 6-man, and that's why it pays out so well. If you look at straight bets, all I gotta do is pick one play, bet on it, and you're profitable. Now, as long as it cashes. Now, for the free picks, for example, we had a sweep yesterday on our free picks. We went 4-0. If you would have straight betted, say 1 unit on every single one of those plays, you could have profited 3 to 4 units on that alone. So highly recommend you guys take advantage of straight bets. I personally like 2-man slips. I play these 2-mans. I had a question that is, why do you like 2-mans over 3-mans? I like 2-mans just because they're easier to hit. You can play one discounted line. You find one regular line that you absolutely just love. You search the entire board. I've been doing this for a long time, so I can look at matchups for games, and I can kind of decide which game I want to target based off the score, based off of how many stats these teams allow, and I can kind of just look at a slate and figure out which games I want to target there. I'll find one prop from that game, pair it with some discounted plays, and you can double up really, really easily. So that's how I go about my bets. I do 2-mans and I do straight bets for the most part. I do take advantage of discounts. So for example, for this one, Flex Friday on Prize Picks, every single Friday, I will post a 6-man. every single Friday. It's a free play. Remember that, guys. If you have a $50 bankroll and they're giving you a $50 free play, play the $50 free play. If that's the only slip you can play for the day, take advantage of that free square or that free bet that they're going to give you your money back for. Take advantage of that. You don't have to keep a unit size on these discounted plays. I personally play the max amount I can on every single discount. Now, if you have $10 and they give you 4 tacos, I mean, you could break it up and do 2 $5 tacos, or you could do one $10 taco. That one's up to you, and that's up to your discretion. You got to figure out what you like the best. But what I recommend is playing these discounts. I play discounts on Chalkboard, Prize Picks, Sleeper, and Parlay Play. I play about every discount I can just to take advantage of these discounted lines. Even if I don't like the taco, for the most part, I'll probably lock it in for the max amount just because you're getting better value on that taco. If a taco has an NHL player at 21.5 goalie saves or something, I don't know anything about hockey, but I know his original line was 25.5. So you're getting a 4-point discount on this play, which would be like minus 200 or something odds on the sports book if you straight betted it. So I'm going to play the play anyway, just because the odds are in your favor for it to cash. Play the odds, find the best value across the sports books, and play your discounts. And when I say find the best value, if Chalkboard has a play, I'll say LeBron over 20 points, and they're paying you a 1.4x, and then you go on Parlay Play, and that same play is a 1.7x. Play it on a parlay play every time. Take advantage of these books giving you a better play. Don't play it on one platform just because you like that platform better or you have a little bit more bankroll. Like, I might have $2,500 on Chalkboard and $800 on parlay play, but I'm still going to play certain plays on parlay play because it's better than playing on Chalkboard. And that's all I'm saying. Look across these boards, find a good value, play your discounts, and then for me, I recommend playing smaller slips with discounted lines because that's how I stay profitable, and that's how my Discord stays profitable. All right, guys, for the 4th segment of this video, I'm doing a little Q&A. So you guys ask me some questions down in the comments. I'm going to try to answer these to the best of my ability. So for question number 1, how many slips do you play a day or should play a day, and how many wins should I increase my unit amount? So how many slips do I play a day? I play 5 to 8 slips a day, just depending on the slate. I look at the slate. If it's a bad slate, I'm going to play less slips. That's just the way it goes. If I really like a slate, if there's a 10-game NBA slate, I'm going to probably play more than I would on a 3-game NBA slate that has a lot of blowout potential. So I examine the slate. I play slips based off of that, and if I see value, then I'll play those slips. But how many wins should I increase my unit amount? For that question, I'm just going to say that is totally up to you. If you have a $50 bankroll and you build it up to $500, if you want to withdraw $250 and then increase your bankroll based off that $250, you can do it that way. That's what I recommend. I recommend taking the profit that you have already, take some of that profit, and then maybe half your profit, and then take that new number and build a bankroll off of that. So another example, let's say I put $50 in Prize Picks. I turn that 50 into $250. So now I have profited $200. I will take 100 of that. So withdraw 100, then you're not in the hole at all. You actually profited $50 in your bank account after depositing, and then you still have 150 in Prize Picks. So then post your new unit size based off that new amount, the 150 rather than the 50, and just slowly build up from there. Once you guys get up to about $1,000 and you're playing $50 to $75 slips, you can make some pretty decent money every single month. So that's what I recommend doing. Take advantage of those discounted lines you get, and then just slowly increase the amount that you can play. But question number 2. Can you start your bankroll with any amount of money, or do you need to be capable of putting in bets consistently $100 plus? And then it says, how do you spread it across sports books as well? So yes, to simplify that question, yes, you can have a bankroll with any amount of money. You do not need $10,000. You don't have to play $100 slips. You can play $5 slips, and you can be profitable sports betting. Now, that just depends on the individual. If $100 is a lot to you, don't put yourself in a hole in your personal life over sports betting. Do not do this. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a hobby, but it can be a nice business and a nice side income if you do it right. So yes, you can do this you can start with $10, play $5 slips for those $10. If you've got to start with $5 slips, that's perfectly fine. We're not pocket watching here. We're all here to do the same thing. We're all here to make money, and you do not have to do $100 bets every single day. No, you do not have to do that to simplify that question. How do you spread it across the sports books? That depends on your bankroll as well. Like I said, if you got $20 to play with, I'd probably just put that $20 in one app. Let that app double your deposit. Use our code down below and get a deposit match, or use somebody else's code, whatever you want to do. But get your deposit match, double your money, and then stay on that platform until you build a bankroll big enough to spread it across. And once you get to where you can get these deposit matches I like to max out deposits. So if there's a new app that gives you a $100 deposit match, I'm going to put $100 in there to double my full deposit. So I like to take advantage of those. If that's not something that you want to wait on, you can put $20 in each platform and double the deposit that way. But I do like to take advantage of those deposit matches, and I would just spread it accordingly to different platforms. So if you have to start on one platform, perfectly okay. Pick the one you like the best. I don't recommend Prize Picks as the first one. They do have Taco Tuesdays and Flex Fridays, which is good, but you don't get as good as value as some of these other platforms like Chalkboard and Sleeper or Parlay Play for that matter, in terms of being able to do alt lines and stuff like that. But anyways, next question. What factors do you use to determine when you place a 1 unit play, half unit play, quarter unit play, etc.? I personally go off of gut feeling. If there's a play that I have researched it and I love that play, then I'll play a full unit. Sometimes I go to 2 units. Like I said, there's occasional 2 unit plays that I make, but I'll do half a unit on those risky plays. Other than that, it's a unit or more every single time, and I recommend keeping it 1 unit. If I play 2 units on a play and you have a small bankroll, don't copy my 2 unit plays, because I had the bankroll to lose it. If you don't worry about that. Don't worry. Just play 1 unit on everything, half a unit on risky plays. If you want to do it that way, that's the way I do it. Next question says, if I turn 20 into $115, how much do I put on tomorrow's ticket? So if you turned 20 into 115 on 1 slip, then you pretty much went all in on that 1 slip, correct? Is that what you're saying? So you put $20, you have $20 in Prize Picks, you went all in on like a 3-man or something, and now you have 115. How much do you put on tomorrow's ticket? Tomorrow's ticket, I'm turning that 115 into actual bankroll. I'm actually going to start playing $5 to $10 slips on that. That way, if I lose, I don't lose all my money, because you just 5 extra money. You did great the day before. Don't give it all back on 1 slip, and don't break it up into like 2. So that also depends on the day. If let's say you turned 20 into 115 on Monday night. So I know Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. So now you have $115 on tacos. I would probably do $25 slips on every taco. That's probably what I would do. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but it also depends on your bankroll and unit size for that matter. But for $115 on a regular day, I'd probably play $5 to $10 slips and just slowly build it up. So hopefully that answers your question. Then next question, when should I say too many bets for 1 day? Do not chase losses. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. If you've lost 7 tickets in a row, that does not mean put in another slip just to try to win your money back. Or don't nuke a next play, try to win your money back. Don't rage bet. I've done it before, and I have messed up. I have lost 10 units before in a day, and then you pull up that next slip, and you're like, I'm going to play 10 units on this slip, and I'm going to win it all back, and then you lose 10 more units, and you lost 20 units for the day. Then you spend 2 weeks trying to win your 20 units back just to break even for the month. So do not do that. If you're over, say, a quarter of your bankroll for the most part, if I have $1,000 in my account and I have $200 or $300 on my bankroll, it's probably not smart to go any higher than that. Some people say do a lot less, but for some people that's not, you're not able to do less than that because your bankroll is smaller. So I do, like I said, 5 to 8 slips a day, which is a lot, and most of those are going to be 2-man. So don't chase losses. If you set your limit at 5 and you lose 5 in a row, don't try to make a 6th one to catch up on that, if that makes any sense, whatever. But anyways, I hope that answered your question. And then next question, should you chase wins after loses on the day? So I just answered that. No, do not chase losses ever. Do not rage bet. Do not get too emotional with this, because it will cause you to lose more money. All right, question number 7. Do I bet small like $5 or $10 and let it build up to start a bankroll, or do a huge bet? Yes. I kind of already answered that. Some of these questions are kind of, I've kind of already went over it. But yes, bet small, $5 to $10. Let it build up to start a bankroll. Don't do huge bets. Don't go all in, because if you miss your all in play, you're going to be redepositing the next day. Next question. I have indecision a lot on taking higher lines in a smaller play. Should I take lower props and increase to a 3 to 4-man play? So what he's saying is, should he play like discounted lines with more on 1 slip, or play less lines on a slip with just regular plays? I like playing discounted lines and mixing it with regular lines. So like I said, I'll find that regular line I like, play it with a discounted line, and get like a double up or 2.5x. So I don't go more than 2-man for the most part, unless it's like a discounted line or something, or like a free play or something. But for that question, that one's up to you, man. It's really up to you. Some people don't like playing discounts because they don't like to lose payout. For me, I like to do that, and that all comes down to your betting identity, which is what I'm calling it. I guess this is a made-up word, but anyway, your betting identity. Figure out how you want to play things. If you want to bet big and try to win more, you can. My recommendation, play 2 or 3 man slips, throw in a discounted line at least in that, and lower the payout slightly, but make your chances to hit a lot more. And then he has a second part to this question: which is likely to give me more value? Recently, I've been going with lower lines and more props. If you could give your insight on that. Okay, so there wasn't a second part of the question. I kind of answered it. My opinion, keep less props and kind of split it up, if that makes sense. One low line, one good line, and go for these double ups. That's how I stay profitable. But anyway, next question. If I have $1,000, which is better? One big bet for 500 on one straight bet, or 3 150 bets on 2 to 3 parlays? So if you have $1,000 bankroll, do not play $500 on one bet. That is my personal opinion, unless you are just going big or going home. If you're trying to be consistent with this, trying to make this a side hustle, trying to make this consistent income, that's not the way to do it. If you're doing this just for fun and you have $500 of disposable cash, like you lose this $500, it means nothing to you, then sure, put $500 on one straight bet. If you want to have fun with it, go for it. My recommendation out of those 2 questions, I would say place 3 $150 bets rather than one 500 bet, and do like a 2-man parlay, or you can straight bet the 150. You don't have to do 2 to 3 man parlays. I know you kind of said one straight bet or 3 2 to 3 man parlays. Keep it consistent, man. Figure out how you like to do this. For me, and out of those 2 questions, I would kind of put those together. 3 $150 straight bets over one $500 straight bet, or you can do 3 2-man parlays, 2 to 3 leg parlays. Now, that's totally up to you how you do that, but that is my opinion. So jumping into the next question. This one has 3 parts. He said, different overall strategies, percentage of winnings to save and reinvest into betting, and then do you research statistics or go by the eye test more from watching games live? So different overall strategies. I've kind of give you those. You can either play it safe and do smaller wins, or you can risk it big and try to have 6 mans or 10 leg parlays, whatever. Those are really the 2 strategies you're looking at. Obviously, you got like arbitrage betting and stuff like that. I personally don't do that. It's not what I have fun with, but I like to do this slowly build your bankroll strategy. And like I said, you're going to kind of have to determine that yourself, how you want to do things. So question 2 was percentage of winnings to save and reinvest into your betting. So for me, I don't take a certain percent. I keep a certain amount in my apps. Like I said, $1,000 to $1,500 in every platform is what I keep in there. And then anything past that at the beginning of the month, I just withdraw. So this month I withdrew about $3,600 out of my apps. I kept some of it in the others, and yeah, I didn't have to redeposit. If I have to deposit any this month, it's all profit from the month before. That's how I do it. But question number 3, do you research statistics or go by the eye test from watching games? Both. I do both. I've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, I can kind of look at the slate, eyeball the slate, know which games to target, and then I find the games that I want to target, the games that I think are going to stay competitive, have high scoring, and or if I find a team that I know gives up a lot of stats, I do things like that, and then I go by statistics based off of that. Sometimes I use the gut feeling. If I think Sabonis is going to have an amazing game versus the Lakers, then I'm going to take him regardless of what stats say. But for the most part, I try to find players that stay consistent, that aren't up and down all over the place, and then I play them in good matchups. And that's kind of how I do things. Now, if you do it that way, just know if it's a good matchup for a player, the books are going to have their lines higher, and you're not going to be able to take too much advantage on some of these lines makers. These guys get paid a lot of money to make these plays as coin flip as possible, and that's why you see me play a lot of discounted lines, because they make the original line coin flip. If you can get a 60%, if you can get a 10% edge by dropping that prop by 2, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to win money. I don't care if I win $50 or if I win $500. I'm trying to stay profitable long term, and that's what I'm doing. So I kind of go by the eye test and by statistics on these things. But anyways, guys, that's all the questions I have. I know this video is a little sporadic. I did try. I'm trying to make this as much value as I can. I'm probably going to redo this video later on down the road and try to make it a little bit more professional, have a little bit better editing, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to get this video out there for any of the new members that are in our Discord. I recommend try to take these strategies. If you're following me and you're following these 2-mans and you're wondering why I do 2-mans only, this is pretty much why I do 2-mans and straight bets, because I like this slow, consistent profit. And yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys. If it didn't, just let me know if you have any other questions down below, and I'll try to get them in the new one, or I'll try to answer those questions down in the comments as well. But hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's free pick video.